things. Alright, we are live, and I was trying to set up my phone, but unfortunately that looks like it's not wanting to work. Yoink. There we go. And it's just constantly going. Okay. Trying to set my phone up, but it doesn't seem to want to cooperate at the moment. I do not want to have to reach across and grab my phone charger there. Yeah, it's just damn charger. Give me 5 seconds. I gotta grab it from the wall. And you saw my butt. Okay, good. I guess. Take this thing out. Push this thing in. Make sure this is pushed all the way fucking in. Okay. Now we can put this bitch on the charge. There we go. This should be better. I fixed my green screen there. Fix this again. Alright, that works. Okay, let's put on the music in the background. Alright, let's pull this out. Put it right there so we can see the chat for this. And then pull this out so we can see the chat for this too. And as soon as I do it, I get a phone call. I've already talked to them though, so they know exactly what's going on. Alright, so now let's pull up this. There we go. Alright, there's all that nonsense. I did just eat, so we won't have to get up for lunch either, so yay. Also had to get a new phone yesterday because mine hit the ground and went almost completely white. And that aggravated me to absolutely no end. Alright, so let's get back to what we were doing. Today we are working on abilities. I've got one set, which is right here. I've also been working on knockback with the use of a nav mesh agent, and I think I solved that issue. I was looking online and nobody had a damn resolution to it, and it aggravated me, so I had to come up with my own. Which is very simple, in fact. This is exactly what, as soon as this loads, this is an ability called the Spectral Knight, which is going to be on the ability bar at the bottom, which is a new feature. So yay. Yep, got a bit of knockback. I want to strengthen it up a little bit. Don't care for the ads, my guy. Alright, there we go. There we go. I'm going to set that there so we can see both streams at once. Alright. That looks about right. So let's try that and see how far that knocks back. Alright. Oh, rigmarole. Alright. That's better. That's a better knockback. I like that. That's a much better knockback. Alright. So this, do we have any overrides for it? No overrides. So we're just going to go ahead and delete that. And let's try it. Using the actual ability there. Turn it all the way. This has been sent out to testers, so that's a positive. Interesting that it does it like that. Which probably means I need to take the knight back out and take his center here. So let's turn everything on here. Take the collider and let's move it back to about like right there. This way it kind of still sits on top of the player. Let's apply all, see how that looks. Alright, so let's delete that. Now let's test it out. This way it'll still like get knocked backwards, which I'm hoping it does. But it's knocking into stuff there. Interesting. Let's go around here. Let's go to try to drag him down here. This way we have plenty of space. For whatever reason, he's still there. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Move script. Let's see here. That's player movement. Let's go to enemy movement. Alrighty. Alright, let's go this way. What's that set for? If it's... let's see. Animator clip, animator state. Alrighty, dot is name, stun state. Alright. That should do it right there. Let's see. Let's take this. Let's save it. See how that works. So far the actual knockback aspect actually does pull through, but it's a matter of getting it to work when everything is there. And I've got to fix that Mauler fiend. 2 of his little spikes on his neck broke off. Not the biggest fan of that aspect. Here we go. It still hasn't there. It's still set to me. So let's go ahead and cut this. Alright, so now let's take this. What if I do it like this? Let's see. Let's see. I don't know how to set a destination to null. I can't remember exactly how to do this. Okay, here we go. See if that works. Or wait, let's try a reset path. Because I want him to knock back. Hey there, Distra. What kind of games do I make? Am I saying that right? Distra? I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly. Distray. I make RPG games. Mainly adventure, yes. Mainly adventure RPG games, but I do have a couple horror projects out on Itch and Game Jolt. If you want to go check those out, that's AGLgames, with, you know, part of the name, so I guess I should have expected that. I'm an idiot today. But yeah, if you want to go check them out, I have a couple horror games, like, I think one adventure game that's worth a damn. That would be Dream of Mayweather, the first game I ever made. But the rest are psychological horror games. There's You Found Me, Medicated, Bella's Locker, and Nothing So Cruel. All those have to do with mental health, so if that's a little triggering, you might want to be careful with that. And I don't gently dip my foot into that pool. I address it head on. But yeah, those are the kind of games I make. Mainly horror, but I love adventure games, so this is kind of my primary focus. Alright, just gonna check to see if this solved the problem, which it probably didn't. But knowing me. Let's go get him to a wide open area here. Alright, here we go. It kind of worked. Knocked him back. Not supposed to do that. But that's okay. At least we got the knockback issue fixed. So now we gotta go in here. Let's see. Let's see. Stun state. Ranged anim. Oops, shit. And then we'll just take this and copy it up. Oh shit, I just pulled it down. Your brain not working. Yeah, it's been weird. Like, the past couple days I've been nothing but a big blundering idiot sometimes. I don't know, maybe I'm just not getting enough sleep for all I know. Whoops. It's just been one of them weeks, I guess. But it's okay. It's okay. We all have them days, right? Where nothing works, our brains decide to just shit the bed. It happens. It happens to the best of us. So what you been up to? If I might ask so kindly. I am using Unity, yes. It is the one engine that I'm most familiar with. I've worked a little with Unreal. But I didn't really like it. That's not good. That's not good. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. I'm going to keep the and symbols there as a safety. Whoops. I'm going to cut it. Unity is it is the one I'm most familiar with, so I prefer that one, in fact. I just prefer it. It's just my, personal favorite. Let's see. Let's take that off the table there. There we go. Oh, shit. I'm dumb. Alright, so we're going to anim dot play stun state. There we go. We're making board game from an old game to digital, so there have been a lot of meetings and nonsense lately today. Oh, what game you making? I promise not to steal any of your ideas. I'm just honestly curious. What board game are you transitioning? Oh, I don't want you to say anything that'll, like, compromise your project, but what kind of board game is it is what I should say. I always like to know what's going on in people's lives. Pop that neck. Okay. Alright, come here, you. There we go. That works decently. That does work. There we go. That solves that problem. And also, what engine are you using for your project? Sweden in the 80s. The mix between Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit, and New Finance. I've never heard of New Finance, but I've obviously heard of Monopoly and Trivial Pursuit. Whenever I was a kid and my family was actually, you know, moderately held together, we had a board game night, and Trivial Pursuit was one of our favorites. What engine are you using for it, if I may ask? What was that? He double jumped. Oh, using Unity? Just as I am. As a matter of, here's a cool little bit of trivia you might have known. There's a lot of games, a lot of very, very successful games that have used Unity. And one that's incredibly successful that nobody ever suspects. The one that is used the most, that has gained, I think, the most traction with using Unity, Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was made in the Unity engine, and nobody ever seems to get that. Nobody ever seems to believe me when I say that. World of Warcraft, I don't think that was made in Unity. I think that was made in their own engine. You got me wanting to look now. Yeah, you got me wanting to look. All right. That was made on the WoW was made on the propriety engine. It looks like, but but yeah, Pokemon Go was made on Unity. So if anybody ever tells you that Unity's a bad engine that nobody will play, just show them that. I mean, Pokemon Go was a national phenomenon for months, and it still is very widely played for years. You know. So let nobody tell you, under any certain non-certain circumstances here, that Warcraft was indeed made on the Unity engine. Not Warcraft. Pokemon Go. You got me thinking Warcraft now, damn it. Let's go. Let's see if this does anything. Script. Agent. Clear path. What did I set it in as in movement? Reset path. Okay, okay. Pokemon Go. Oh, it's built on top of a game called Ingress. Yes, I think so. I'm curious. Now I gotta look that up because I'm just honestly curious. Yes, it is. It is built on top of that similar design style because it uses, obviously, world coordinates. Which I always find those games to be really, really fun. Games that use, like, real-world coordinates so you can play across the world with everybody. rather than having to go into servers and all that good nonsense. That's just me. I like that kind of intuitive feel, that the ingenuity of it all, I should say. I always like to see innovation. That's the word. That's the I word I was looking for. Innovation. All right, let's test this out. Well, that's cool. I've never played Ingress. I'll have to look into that because it's got a cool little innovative the innovative thing to interact with people around the world. Ouch. All right, let's try this. Shouldn't be playing the animation twice. But at the very least, it's doing the thing it's supposed to do. So it does the part where it's playing the animation twice on the first swing, which it should not do. To make this easier, the first version of this prototype has been released. So right now we're just working on stuff for the playtest event prototype. Which will be at the end of April, and I will be streaming that particularly. Alright, let's try. So that works. How long does this thing stay around? That's a question I should probably ask. Let's go into the collider. Basic destroy timer 0.01. I am still in debug mode, which I do not want to be in. But we'll still override. So I think that might be the issue, where it's colliding with it twice. It was a big environment with large gatherings around the weather, and the weather was in Germany at one of the biggest gatherings ever. That sounds really cool. I really like those kind of ideas. So that works at the very least right there. Awesome. Around the world. That is still pretty cool. You were a part of that. You were a part of that massive gathering, right? Hey, Galaxy, what's going on? What's going on, good boss? Your dyslexic distray. It's okay. No need to feel bad about that. I can at least moderately understand well, not moderately, but I can at least, piece together what you're saying. How you doing, Galaxy Ed? How's your day going, boss? Let's do 1. Ooh. I greatly appreciate that, Distray. I greatly appreciate that. Oh, it's okay that there will be some mistakes here and there. I can... Let's put it this way. My grandmother texts in the most illegible way sometimes. And I am still able to piece together what she said somewhat. So I mean, that's just one example, but I can, for the most part, gather what you're saying. And if I have to ask, of course I'll ask. Just connecting your RJ45 sockets. RJ45. What is an RJ45 socket, Galaxy? Curiosity strikes me. The end of the Ethernet cable. Okay. Yeah, I'm best with software, not hardware. So when it comes to hardware, like sockets, cords, that kind of thing, you're actually better at coding than writing. Coding, like writing, is in writing a story or writing a background or code, or you know, like I guess what other kind of writing is there? Is that the kind of writing you're struggling with? Or like actual writing, like things out. I could probably pull this out instead of constantly looking at my phone. There we go. I don't get a lot of traction on Kick, so I probably shouldn't be looking into Kick too much. Ow. Oh, that's right. I'm doing this thing. Huh. Let's try to do it generally writing codes is easy, but language. You know, there is a... I can't understand that, because if you're writing... if you're dyslexic and you're writing out any kind of sentence or story, or any kind of extended dialogue for any particular reason, you're going to have those mess ups, because those are done in a specific order to convey a specific meaning and to follow a specific template set in place by the language itself. If you're writing in code, you're writing small phrases, small words, a lot of numbers and everything. You're not following any sentence thing. You're not following any set structure for a general language. You're writing individual parts. Think of it as, think of writing a language like just writing anything. Say in English, you're writing "Hi, hello, my name is John." You're writing those in a specific pattern to convey a message that continues a conversation. Whereas, think of it like painting a line across a page. Or connecting dots. We'll do connecting dots. Writing language is connecting dot, 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 dot. And you have to go from one to the other. Yes, one is logical order while language is not logical. That's hitting it right on the head there. Well, I shouldn't really be explaining all this to you, because you're the one with dyslexia, and I'm more than certain you understand it much better than I do. Whenever I talk like this, I like to convey my understanding of it, or at least so I can, to some degree, connect with the person, with the story, connect with somebody's story or position in general. I like to be able to connect with it rather than seem disconnected from them. You're the one with dyslexia. You know more about it than I do. I should shut my goddamn mouth. I don't know. It's just how I am. I don't know. I try, at the very least. I try to connect with people. Oh shit, I meant to change the damage output to +5. That was me bad. Alright, so let's set the damage output to 10. See if that makes a difference. Allergies getting to me. So Distray and Galaxy, you guys gonna be... Are you guys in the path of the eclipse today? Out of curiosity? Because I will be in the path for a partial I live along the east coast of the U.S., North Carolina to be specific. Oh, you won't be able to see it in the UK? That's understandable. Let's see. Let's look to see when next time you'll get to see an eclipse. Let me hit pause on that real quick. Your next solar eclipse will be in... Your next partial will actually be next year, Galaxy. Yeah, your next partial will be March 29th of next year. So that's pretty cool. I am in the path of a partial lunar eclipse today that is going to stretch and stop just before it gets to the UK. We're going to get nothing but partials and total lunar eclipses over the next year, but a partial solar eclipse for the UK is going to be happening March 29th, 2025. So that is really, really cool. So no matter what, you won't have to wait too long to see your next solar eclipse. I won't even be able to see the partial from that at that time. The thing is, I don't have eclipse glasses, but I still really want to see it with my own eyes. So at least for a couple seconds, no. I'll see if I can't find some cheap solar eclipse glasses at work. I would just really love to see it, you know. The last solar eclipse we had here, total solar eclipse we had here, I wasn't able to see it because whenever it was happening, it was thunderstorming. So I couldn't exactly see it. You don't think you can see it here in Norway? For today's, you will not be able to see it in Norway, no. The path I'm looking at, I work at Walmart, and, you know, we do sell eclipse glasses. Walmart pretty much will take advantage of anything. So, they do sell solar eclipse glasses. I haven't been able to find one, mainly because it's not until this point that I actively looked for it. But yeah, Norway will not be able to see the partial eclipse. At least it's not looking like it in the map. But next year, pretty much all of Europe will at least be able to see a partial. Well, you'll be able to see a weekend of the partial, and then the rest of the partial will be reserved for the northeastern United States, like a quarter of Canada, and all of Iceland, or Greenland, sorry. With my skill set and program, yeah, I've actually worked at Walmart for 9 years now. I've really wanted to leave. In the year 2126. Holy shit, you are absolutely right. Oh, man. Looks like if you want to see another total solar eclipse, you got to travel. Yeah, total solar eclipses never happen in the same... Usually do not happen in the same place twice within a short time span. That's usually... there are some anomalies, but yeah, they usually don't happen in the same place twice. Yeah, I do work at Walmart. It pays the bills. It covers what I need to cover because I have a car note, I have insurance, I have this computer I'm still paying off, phone, medications, all that kind of jazz. Walmart is a little more for me than a fallback to pay bills. Where I live, I live near the border of South Carolina, border between North and South. I'm actually about an hour away from Myrtle Beach, as a matter of fact. But in the general area of where I live, I don't have a lot of opportunity for game design or coding jobs. The biggest education-based position that a lot of people go for down here in the community colleges and stuff near me is nursing programs. And yeah, not for me. But But there was a point that I was almost tech support for Ubisoft a good number of years ago. I'd actually gotten the position, and this was like 4 years into my tenure at Walmart, and I told my at the time boss, and I said, or supervisor, team lead, whatever they're called back then, I can't remember. It's been a while. Now they're called team leads and coaches. That I was looking to move to Raleigh. My friend Brandy had said that if I need a place to stay for a little while I, organize all this stuff while I'm up there, she offered. But I told him, look, if I could get, decent hours to be able to save up for this. He's like, oh yeah, sure, absolutely. My hours, I wasn't full-time at the time. My hours went from 36 hours a week to 21. He was a dick, and he made it to where I couldn't go. So that really knackered me out of any involvement in any type of game design industry. And that, Christ, that pissed me off. Luckily, he's not my supervisor anymore. But my living situation now is very stable. For the first time in a very long time, I have a stable living situation. And I have no intention of really screwing that up. Although I did get offered a position with T-Turtle, my friend Christina. I don't know if you're familiar with T-Turtle. You know those little octopus plushies that you can like flip inside out and they have different faces? Do you guys know those? Those little octopus plushies that it's like got a happy face on one, flip it inside out, and it's got an angry face on the other, or whatever other face they put on it. If you guys are familiar with that, I actually know someone that works for them, Christina, who is like a major integral part of that company. And yeah, she's a good friend of mine. She actually, not like even so much as online, she used to work at a game store down here called Cape Fear Games. That's actually where I first met her. She's real cool. She's real sweet. Super nerdy. Really a cool person to know. I'm lucky to know her, to be honest with you. But yeah, I got offered a position for that, and I 100% should have taken it. I'll be dead serious. I'm going to see if it's actually still available, see if I can't take that position. That would be really cool. My only issue is it would require me to wake up at like 7 in the morning and work from 8 to 5. When we finish the game we are working on, we have a couple of other titles. I'm just going to go over to here. When we finish the game we are working on, we have a couple of other titles that we are considering and getting on board for and see if we can make it. We also need part-time employees eventually. Do you do, out of curiosity, Distray, do you do, is it possible to have a job for remote work? I wonder. Is it a remote position or is it on-site? So that knockback works. That's fine right there. You work 100% remote, Galaxy? Oh, that must be nice. Well, Distray, if you are looking for extra help, I would like to put my possible resume in. That would be pretty cool. If you're looking for help, where do I apply? Vibes! What's up, Vibes? How are you? How are you doing, Vibes? It's always good to see you in chat, my guy. Always good to see you in chat. Everybody, this is Vibes. He's always here, all the time. You only work with remote? Where is your company based out of? Oh, that's right, Norway. Probably Norway, right? Okay, so we got that knockback working. So we are going to create a new ability that's going to shield us from incoming damage. I think. I'm doing awesome as well, Vibes. I am doing fantastic today. Excuse me. Alright. We're going to go into enemy stats. Excuse me. Do I have any bulls? Knocked can do. Weakness. How am I going to do the taking less damage option here? And it will just put up a shield that will reduce the incoming damage by half. Let's figure something out here. That means me and 2 others also work occasionally in the office, but 90% remotely. I understand that. I understand that. My friend Brandy, she works tech support for a company that I can't remember. It's a phone tech support thing. She mostly works from home. Very rarely does she ever go into the office or go into the on-site area. I can't remember who she works for, but I know she makes fucking hella cash. Let me tell you that. I envy her position. All right. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's just put in a damage reduction. Public int DMG modifier. Alright, damage divided by 2 is the weakness. Oh, that's enemy stats. I'm looking at enemy combat. We currently have locations in Canada, USA, India, and Hawaii, Spain, and Latvia that we work with. What is the company you work with that has all these locations? Is it AGLgames or something? AGLgames ain't too far from me. It's in Cary. As a matter of fact, good number of years ago, I think it was 2018, there was East Carolina Gaming Convention that I went to. The ECGC, my friend Brandy got me in on that too. And I actually got to meet some people from AGLgames, as well as a bunch of other indie design studios. And there was a lot of people from Wake Tech Community College, which was a big game design school. It had a big game design facility, I guess. It had a lot of options for classes for game design, and I got to meet a lot of people there. Do I keep in contact with any of them? No. After that day, I pretty much didn't know anybody. I was very early in my game design career. I had nothing to offer. So I was kind of intimidated. But now if I go back up there, I will certainly have shit to show. And I would certainly go for a job up there. Ugh, I would jump in on that shit. Ugh, so quickly. Take damage. Let's see. This is still an enemy stats because I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's go into player stats. There we go. Take damage. Minus DMG. I've got to put it up here. Damage modifier. Let's do this. DMG modifier does not equal to 0. Damage equals damage minus damage divided by DMG modifier. Okay. Alright. So far, I spent $112,000 on the board game, and you still have about $100,000 left. Wow! Now, as far as spending $112,000 on the board game, are we talking about the actual physical board game you set out on the table, or are we talking like the digital one, if I remember correctly? So is it? Oh, so you have a lot of money still left to spend on the digital aspect. That's really cool. That you've gone through a little over half your budget and you still have a good amount of money left over. How much, percentage-wise, how much has been built of the game, like percentage-wise, and how much is left to go? Let's see. All right. Alrighty. You're about 70% of the way through, and you've just barely blown over half your budget? You've got a lot left over to burn through. So you guys are really far ahead. You're like way ahead of your budget there. That's really cool. Divided by 100. This is probably an inefficient way to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. All right. That should work. That should work. Should. Doesn't mean shit, though. I got an email. All right. Alrighty. Real quick, let me respond to this message, because this is an important person to respond to. Oh, by the way, got a new phone. Mine went completely foobar yesterday when I dropped it face down, like, not even a foot onto the pavement at work whenever I was sitting in my car. So I had to get a new one, so that's $40 off of my budget. All parts of the back end that remains, and there will be more updates along the way with new things in the game. I like that. What the hell? No claims. Awesome. I like how you guys are planning for updates and stuff. Not a lot of game design companies will do that. Will plan for updates upon release or launch. Oh, God, my fucking green screen's bugging. Yeah, my green screen's being buggy and dumb. Let's see if I can't, like, reset the light. Because sometimes if I move closer, to reset it. Shit. Alright. Let me go into here and adjust my filters. Which one's not on? Nope. Maybe that'll help? Let's see. Definitely not. Jesus. Let me move down a bit. Now let's turn it on, see if that works. Definitely not. Jesus, man. Sometimes my green screen bugs and it likes to be stupid. No. But it's close. Nope. Set it back at 80. Oops, shit. Yeah, sometimes my filters mess up a bit. Maybe adjusting the light will fix that. No, it will not. Oh, shiznit. Okay, yeah. Yeah, sometimes my light will not... My light will mess up stuff. And my green screen will then bug out. I hate it sometimes, but it acts up on its own. The thing is, the beast has a mind of its own. Let's see if I can't pop it down a little bit. There we go. Alright. Let's turn you on. You are on. There we go. Where's the one that's shut off? None of them are shut off, I don't think. Alright. Let's actually take this one. Ugh. My hair's a bit of a mess here. Sometimes this thing bugs, and I don't like it at all. Yeah, it's mainly just lighting. Alright. With updates will make the game more interesting over a longer period of time. That is 100% accurate. Does that work? Ugh, this green screen bugs me to no end, man. It is a god. I know that's probably not what you meant, but that's what I will forever refer to it in my mind. Well, that'll do for now, I guess. It's not what I like, but, you know, it's there. Tell you about, let's turn that off a bit. I know I'm spending like 5 minutes tinkering with my green screen, but it's being dumb, and I really don't like it. Alright. There goes that idea. Alright. There we go, I guess. Nah, because now I'm see-through. Damn it! Yeah, it's... Green screens can be a bit of an annoyance. That'll do. We'll just do that, I guess. It's barely noticeable. Yeah, my green screen's being stupid. Sometimes it's my lighting, but most of the time it's just my angle. There we go. No, not there we go. That'll do. Haha. Yeah, I need to have more light. Like, I need to have, like, I've got a ring light right here, and I'm probably going to get another one and set it right here. That way it illuminates both sides. Because it's mainly this part right here that gives me shit. I just got to get another ring light. I'm not worried about it too much. So, there we go. That looks alright. Normally, I fight with it for, like, a good 10 minutes before stream, because I like to reset everything. Like, turn all my lights off, my filters, and then I go through and adjust them. But that's just because I'm new to green screen. Like, I've only had this green screen for 3 weeks now. And, I'm an idiot and I set it too low. So whenever I'm sitting, my butt is not fully in the chair. So it hurts just a little bit. So we're going to go here into this, player stats, and set the damage reduction for testing. Let's shrink all those. Damage modifier. Let's set it to 50%. Alright. Let's do debug. 30-watt LED work with baking paper over 3 pieces in one, sealing onto each cheaper. Baking paper, huh? Like wax paper or something? Is it like, are you talking waxing paper or like a baking sheet? Because you said baking paper. Am I just being stupid and not getting what that is? Or it makes the light more diffused and not so harsh. Okay. Okay. Oops. Baking paper green screen? Okay, paper, cardboard. I get you. I get what you're saying now. Okay. I think I get what you're saying. That's interesting. That's an interesting idea. I need a new fucking keyboard because it's sticky on one side. The best YouTuber is Danny. Danny as in Danny from formerly Game Attack? Because I've seen her before, like, on channel. I used to be a big fan of Adventure Time, Adventure or Game Attack. All right, looking up your link there. Oh, okay. Parchment paper. Can I like spray that stuff green? Is that something I can do? You know, Medieval Times is actually about an hour away from me. And made Crab Game in Carlson. Okay, I'll have to look him up. I'm going to do double debug logs. That way I can see if it was... But Carlson is soon are many not on Steam. Okay. So, his game Carlson is coming. But... So many... It's been so long since he uploaded. I'm going to be drop dead serious honest with you, man. I had another YouTube channel, Chrysaloo. It's been 2 years since I've uploaded. Over the light so that the light is spread out evenly. Okay. Okay. So having it's standard color back there. Like it's standard white. And I green screen against it. The light won't like bounce. Because I like to think this cloth doesn't reflect. I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're putting down better. Alright, let's see if this works. I'm just going to let him hit me, and then we'll see if the math was correct. I was never good at math in school. God, I was never good at math. I almost failed an online math course. I'm not saying I'm smart. One of my favorite other YouTubers is God. Now it escapes me. Oh yeah, Brackies. I loved watching Brackies because that's where I got to learn most of my own coding journey. But he recently, you know, retired. I think it was 2 years ago. But all his tutorials stayed up, so he was one of my favorites. All right. Only doing 1 damage to me, huh? Why is he only doing 1 damage to me? My defense stat ain't that good. Go to his combat. What's his damage output? Damage is 0. That explains a lot. Let's set his damage to 10. Okay. I really need to adjust that guy because he's an armored one. He should be, you know, swinging hard. Let's see. So if all works correctly, then his damage output's going to be nuts. So it's going to be 10 and then 5. 7 to 7. That's not right. Damage. Okay, so 10 minus equals the damage divided by 100 times damage modifier. Oh, I gotta go into here. And did I set his damage modifier? Damage modifier is 50, so that should bring it to 3. This isn't working properly. Alright, so damage. Minus equal to DMG modifier. So let's see if that initial thing works. How loud is this stuff? It's a little louder than I want it to be. Alrighty. Alrighty. Now let's see if this does a thing. What was that? Oh, it's just my boss. Uploading to Snape Chat. Oh. Alright. Minus 43. Okay, so that at least works. Alright. Divided by 100 times DMG modifier. See if that works. Alright, so that does the thing. So I got up another 30 minutes to burn here before I have to get ready for work. Alright. Let's try this again. Wait for everything to finish executing. This is a number of years ago. There are 3 large, completely different white fields. Give me just a second. I'll take a look at that. As soon as this, because I want to make sure this works as properly as intended here. And I just did it dumb. There we go. Don't worry, this will not show up on screen. Ah, I see. I see now. Okay. I like the little bear skin, or the little rug right there. That shouldn't be right. Huh. Sheepskin. Really? That's dark. That's sheepskin? Let's go. All right. Let's try this little maneuver here. Modifier percent. Huh. All right. Let's see. So your background there was basically parchment paper, for lack of a better term, or was that against the lights? Let's try this right here. We're just going to set this to damage. Excuse me. Damage modifier. There we go. Ugh. What is on the boxes where the light sits? Okay. I see it. I see it now. There's no like real major shine. It's just basic illumination. Okay. That's cool. Pass through the baking paper. I got you. I got you. It lessens the intensity of the light. Man, I really overpronounced my my T's there. Makes the light softer. Yes, that's a better way to put that. It makes the light softer. All right. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. 343. Are you serious? That's not supposed to work that way. Okay. I think I got an idea. 0.05. Can't do points in it. Let's try to set it as a float. See if that stays. Okay. Now let's try it here. Same, you can create lights in Unity. We can set several lights, one sharper than the others. Okay. That's actually a good analogy to put that there. I like that. I like that analogy. That helps me to understand it a lot better. Because honestly, put anything into the frame of game design, and I instantly understand it. Come on, Unity, don't be so slow. It's only slow because I'm streaming. Whenever I'm just doing it on my own, it doesn't have a problem. Damage modifier 0.5. Let's see if that works now. So it should go from like 7 to 3 or 4, probably 4, unless it rounds down. Crunchy in the eye. I hate those little eye boogers you get real early in the morning. I'll be honest, ever since becoming a game dev myself, I can see basically, there we go. I can basically see every little detail about collision, what code works, animations, animation transitions, taking damage, damage modifiers. Like, once I started getting into it and actually working with code rather than with Ruby event system, I see everything. Like I'm Woody in Toy Story. God, yawning. I didn't sleep too god-awful well last night. Yeah, I didn't sleep the best. I kept waking up, but shit happens. I have moderate insomnia. The worst part for me is falling asleep. I also take medication. One of my medications is Seroquel, which once you start taking Seroquel, you really can't sleep without it. It's not addictive so much as it creates a dependence. A lot of people don't know the difference between addiction and dependence. They think they're the same thing. Addiction has a mental component, whereas dependence is a chemical component. Chemical, like, if you have an addiction, you jones for it. Like, you're like, I gotta have it. Like, I need to have it to feel good. Whereas dependence is like, certain parts of my body just won't do their thing without it. You don't jones for it. Like, God, I hate taking this stuff. And if I could quit it, I will. But if I do quit it, it'll take about a week for it to get out of my system. Hey, man, if you're... Let's just be serious. If you're into the bush, we'll say that, I got nothing against you, man. I got nothing against that. I don't do it myself. I've actually never done anything like that. I've been drunk a good handful of times. But I've never been engaged in that activity, but I have no issue with it. Is it legal in Norway? Like, is it legal for recreational use or what? I don't want to say the word. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want Twitch to shove a stick up my ass. Because I know it's legal in Amsterdam. Everything's legal in Amsterdam. Who am I kidding? So that damage reduction does work. Nothing with THC? I guess I can get that. Straight talk. My service ends in 2 days. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Not like I text really anybody except David. David's one of my D&D guys. Oh, are you into D&D, Distray? Out of curiosity. Yep, that'll kill me outright there. Alright, so that works fine. Let's go to regular skeletons and see what their damage output is. First, let's override this bitch. So, one of my... I think it was Galaxy that actually asked. One of my other stream viewers from like a week ago asked, because I mentioned doing D&D. I've been... Oh, okay. Amsterdam, I always figured everything was legal there, but then again, that's just an urban legend. But as far as D&D goes, I've been playing D&D since I was 12, and I'm 33 now. My dad was the one that got me into it, and I've been hooked ever since. But one of my other viewers, I think it was Galaxy that actually asked if I could start streaming my D&D sessions. And I do D&D on Thursdays from like 7 to 10, 10:30. We usually have short sessions, because One of us lives in Jacksonville, which is about, from where I am, that's 2 hours away. Where we meet, that's maybe about 30, 45 minutes. You've been playing since primary school? You must have played during the D&D 1 and then advanced D&D days and age. That must be the area you're from. That's what my dad was in. Oh, goddamn green screen. We gotta mess with it again. My dad, he's almost 60, I think. And he's been playing since he was a teenager, whenever it first came out. Him and his friend Dwayne, who they're still really good friends. But they've been playing D&D for years. My dad got me into it. I've been playing it for 21 years now. And I used to do it as a paid position. I used to do it professionally. Right before COVID hit, the local shop I used to go to a lot, Cape Fear Games, they ran an Adventurers League. They'd get like 50 people. And at first I joined in because I was unfamiliar with the new edition, 5th edition, which only had been out for 3 or 4 years at the time, I think. Because I was used to 3.5. I screw 4th edition. I hated 4th edition. I'll jump on that bandwagon. I despised 4th edition. But I jumped on that bandwagon and wanted to play. And I decided, I'd get into it. I was also out of a really bad breakup and I needed something to pull my mind off of it. And I got into it, and it was $5 every Wednesday, which was petty cash at the time. And I would go in there, play D&D for like 4 hours, get used to the new system, meet some new people. And I was part of the table that was strictly for newcomers. Within 4 weeks, I'm like, oh God, I can do this. This will be awesome. I didn't know that it was paid. So I emailed them about it and said, hey, do you guys have any positions? I've been playing since I was 12, been doing this for at the time, almost 20 years. I was an accomplished voice actor. I could do multiple accents. And I put in for it, and they said, all right, we'll need your tax information. I'm like, hold up. Why are you going to need my tax information? Then it occurred to me, oh my God, this is paid. So I took in on that, and I was only part of that for like 3 months before COVID hit. So I was actually a professional paid DM for months. And what was really cool about it, that really kind of boosted my ego, was that there were nights where I would run 6 people. And then there were nights where I'd run 14 people and have it went from a party to a small military engagement. And I always kept things running. I was moving fast with combat, click, 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 your turn, your turn, your turn, your turn, that kind of thing. My table was the most requested table, to the point where they had to start turning people away from my table and directing them to other tables. There were people who would reserve my table hours in advance of the night. And it was like, oh my God, am I this good? And then about a year after things went, kaput, after COVID hit and started kicking people out, we did another Adventurers League, but they just called it RPG Wednesday, which was fine. And there was about 6 DMs, myself included. And we basically were doing the same thing, but there's a cafe next door called the Sideboard, which kind of caters specifically to board games and stuff, as did Cape Fear Games. They were closed down because they couldn't afford to keep it open. So we moved our play area to there, which was much better because it's much bigger, much wider, and we were doing that for a while. And as soon as I started doing it again, I went from like 5 players to a massive military engagement again. I went from 5 players to 6 to 9 to 12 to 14, and I kept things moving. Like, I had a massive table. And then from then on, I regularly had a table of 7+ every single Wednesday, because some people were like in there for only one shot, or they joined their friends or something. And it got to the point where the people who ran the event, which was like the assistant store manager or something like that, got mad at me because I was taking everybody else's players That kind of stuff, that kind of nerdy stuff is what makes life worth living. I play Warhammer as well. I play Warhammer 40k. And curious, do you play that as well? Because I've got a couple of my minis sitting on my desk that I'd love to show you. So I play 40k, and my army is word bearers. I've been playing them since like the early days of 9th. I stepped off of Warhammer for a little while, for a good number of years, just because of the expenses. But this is, I don't know if it's going to be too focused, but this is my Master of Executions, if it'll decide to show up. He's made out of, you play Space Wolves? Fuck yes. I haven't fought Space Wolves in years. But, yeah, it's not really in focus too much. But, yeah, I play Word Bearers almost exclusively. Well, I can't say I haven't fought Word Bearers in years, because there was one tournament up in Aberdeen for the War for Tots. I fought a guy who played Space Wolves. And I also had demons with me at the time. I've got Chaos Demons. I've got a Keeper of Secrets. There's also this guy. This guy got chewed up, but he's good. I do have a bunch of awards and stuff, too. As a matter of fact, give me a second. I'm going to get all my awards for all the tournaments I've placed in. Alrighty. So, Aberdeen, the place is called Hit Point Hobbies. The way they do awards for places... Oh, yeah, you can join the Discord. Are you on my Discord? I meant to put the link. Let me go ahead and get the Discord link there. You're on the Discord? Awesome. Awesomeness. But the way that Aberdeen makes their awards is so cool. They make them little purity seals. It's some of the coolest shit in the world. Most of my placings are third place. But I do have... I've got third place War for Tots. It's a Toys for Tots charity. They do this every year. Yeah, I got 2 of those. It's because I've been going the past 3 years, and I've only been like moderately successful in the past 2 years. Then there was the 1776, which benefits military missions in action. And I got that second place. And then I got third place again in their Escalation League. So I'm sitting pretty on 4 awards that I need to hang up at some point. Yeah, I play a lot. And I have fun. Normally, I'm not a competitive player. Like, I go for play of the game. I don't play to look, my screen's fucking up. But I don't play for, like, I play to win, even though, you know, that's kind of the goal. I play for play of the game. The coolest, dumbest thing to happen during a game, that's what I play for. One of my play of the game moments, the last tournament I went to, was the last War for Tots, the beginning of December. And I fought a guy who played AdMech. I was running 3 Chaos Lord Chosen units. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's got to be on the wall. I've got 2 other awards from, like, 7 years ago during their War for Tots. That was Best Player, which means I was the most fun person to play against, and First Round Champion. So I've got those 2, and I've also got one from Cape Fear Games whenever they ran a doubles tournament. I don't know where that particular award is, but me and my teammate got first place. I ran Chaos Knights because fuck the world. But my play of the game moment that will never get any better for me, actually 2 of them, was this last War for Tots. And in 1 round of shooting, I took out a knight with 2 Forge Fiends. 1 round of shooting, that and a Chaos Lord did 5 damage with his Thunderhammer and survived the fight. So, that guy was awesome to play against, but I absolutely obliterated that guy. My list was tailor-made to fuck. So it was awesome. I love going to tournaments. If you're ever in the States and you ever go to Aberdeen, North Carolina around the beginning of December, look for their War for Tots, I'll be there. I'm there every single year. My green screen's messing up again. See if that'll help. It's just got the little fuzzies back up there that bugs me to death. That made it worse. What the hell? Maybe that'll help. Maybe if I turn down the intensity a little bit. See if that fixes anything. There we go. That does something. Yeah, they absolutely got to be on the wall. I'm thinking of, like, attaching them back here in the background. I'm thinking of it. I'm not 100% sure. Can it be seen? No, not there. Let's try right here. Should be able to be seen better there. Oh, yeah, that'll be much cooler to have them back there. I have yet to put... They got little pins on the back, so I can, like, hook them on to whatever. They're really cool. They're really cool. Are you looking for pictures? Sorry. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't even have my Discord up at the moment. You're Mr. FR? I don't want to say the rest of the name. Alright, let's go to general. Yes, yes. Alright, cool. I don't want to say your full name because I don't want to dox you. Alrighty. So yeah, we've not really done a whole lot of dev today. I'll be leaving in about 5 minutes. So if you send your pictures in the general in Discord, I would happily look those up whenever I get a chance outside of work. That would be awesome. I would love to look at those. Alright, so all that works. I do need to go into the other skeletons and do a stun state. So I need to go into the other skeleton enemies. Base skeleton, armored skeleton. Here we go. Let's go down to you. And go into your animator. Paste. Make transition to there. That should work. That actually is two animations slammed together into one. I've actually got to modify this particular channel. Let's see. I'm actually managing the... Alright, there we go. Alrighty. So that should work just fine right there. There we go. So let's try it against him, see if that works. Before we call it in for the day. As soon as this decides it wants to work. Alright, here we go. Alright. There we go. Let's try it again. There we go. Nice. Fantastic. That works perfectly. Favorite picture is in there now. Alright, let me look. There we go. Alrighty, posted in the general. Yep, it's there. Alright. Awesome. Tau, fantastic. Love Tau. Well, I actually hate Tau, but I love to see the big mechs. I hate Tau because, not because they're a bad army or that their lore is necessarily bad, even though I think they stick out. Personally, I do like the Tau in general because they provide a unique aesthetic. Their aesthetic is nice. Yes, they're all range all the time. And I love me some punchy fists. But, you know, I do like their aesthetic and what they bring to the table. Their lore is a bit weird for me. And I also dislike the Tau in tournaments because the only time I ever see Tau in tournaments, or really anywhere, is whenever they get a new update in their top dog for like 2 or 3 months. I don't know. It rubs me wrong because when I see Tau at tournaments, I know that they're just stomp and not have fun. I see you also play, what is it, Flames of War? It is difficult to play Tau. It's difficult to play Tau because you basically take a whole third of the game and throw it out the window. Or I should say half of the game and throw it out the window. And that really bugs me because I love melee combat. I love fighting tooth, fang, and claw. It's my favorite thing. That's why in my word bearers I run an absolute crap ton of possessed because they just, oh my god, possess, destroy. Also have a bunch of terminators too, a lot of them. But I just love I love melee. I like ranged, but I love melee more. And to play Tau, you have to basically take half the game and throw it in the trash. And I can't stand that. But it is what it is, and they bring a unique thing to the table, so I'm not going to piss on it too much. Oh, shit, it is 1 o'clock. I have got to start getting ready for work. So I'm going to hop off here, but I will be streaming Wednesday afternoon after about 6 or 7. We'll say 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as far as for Norway, okay. It'll be about, it'll be 1 a.m. Hot shit. Okay. The wolf is coming now. Posting your Space Wolves. My buddy Jeff, who is in the Discord as well, he plays Stodes. He plays the Stodes of Kuss. Oh, I love those. I remember whenever Space Wolves first became an actual, like, full Codex army. That was back in 5th. Whenever Matt Ward wrote for him. I think it was Matt Ward. I love those. Those are really cool. I don't see a whole lot of Space Wolves anymore, and for reasons beyond my comprehension. I used to hate them, because everybody played them when they came out with a new book back in 5th edition. Now I like them because they're a unique theme. I can see you like building those bases. Those are some top-notch shit, man. Especially the Tufts of Grass. My word bearers bases are like basic ruin and rubble. So they're not really too, you know, flashy. But, you know, I like the thematic bases like that have multiple elements. I can't do it because I focus too much on actually painting my minis. Half of my army's not based. Not even any of my demons are based. You play little, paint mostly? I'm actually the exact opposite. I play a lot and don't paint a whole lot. As a matter of fact, I've got an Instagram that I would post regularly to, and I guess I just got burnt out, so I stopped posting a whole bunch. Green scale painting, if you ever want to check it out. I do mostly word bearers. I got a couple of Necrons on there that I'm giving to a friend, but it's mostly word bearers because I drink the Chaos Kool-Aid and there's no going back. But yeah, it is a little past 1, so I'm going to bounce off here. I will be back tomorrow. I might do tomorrow morning as well. And then I'll be back on from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would unfortunately be 1 o'clock your time. And onward, I'll be going for hours off that. But I'll try to do mornings so that at least, you know, people across the pond can do it. See my building there? I got to pull up Discord again because I just closed it out. The one just above the Space Wolf picks? Yes. I love those Manufactorum and like City Fight terrain. The rustic metals are really good. My friend Jeff, I'll let him know that there's these pictures in the Discord. I'm pretty sure he will just absolutely jump onto it because Jeff is a hobby modeling guy. I'll let him know and he'll get onto it. And Jeff will carry on conversations with you for like hours. But yeah, I've got to bounce. So I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Everybody that came in and chatted, I'll see them tomorrow. And until then, see you guys later. I just got to get ready for work. Roman ruins. Roman ruins. Oh, okay. I see them up there. All that moss and grass. I like that. I love those terrains because they're unique. But yeah, I've got to bounce. I will see you guys later. You guys take it easy.